Welcome to SoulWhat, a SoulTopia production. Every Tuesday, Michelle and Roger Welch take a deep dive into the intriguing and proactive world of metaphysics, a world beyond our human perception. They'll talk to empaths, readers, and other guests from all walks of life to find out what's hiding under the surface, uncover the mysteries of our modern world, and reveal the answers you need to live a happy, healthier life. Now, here's your hosts, Michelle and Roger Welch.
Hey everyone, how are y'all today? How are you today, Michelle?
I'm doing great. How's everybody else doing? How are you, Matt?
I'm doing well.
Awesome.
I think.
Good. Yeah, my only problem is I think I tied my shoelaces together.
They're both, I can see from over here, they're both untied at the moment.
I don't know what's going
So
on.
they're not tied together, but they are both untied.
Yeah, I'm not sure. They were tied. Literally, my office is right next to the podcast room. And I came in here and I believe they were both tied. And it's something to do with me being polite to Matt. So I'm going to blame it on Matt because I asked how his day was. And then all of a sudden my shoes were untied. So you've got a little spirit with you that runs over here and unties my shoes.
A little,
I think.
a little mischievous. A poltergeist,
Yes.
perhaps.
A little noisy ghost, right?
Yeah.
Shoe tying, nosy ghost, or shoe untying. So, what's been going on here in Dallas? I have actually been in Richmond for a few days. What's going
Well,
on
this
here?
is Dallas stuff. Let's talk about your stuff. What'd you go
Yeah,
do?
this sounds interesting.
Yeah, so I went to a thing called GalaxyCon, and I'm not really sure why it means galaxy, except for they had Star Trek people there, and
To me, it looked like it had
Star
everybody
Wars.
in the galaxy there.
Yeah, so they had paranormal people there, so that's why I think I was there. I'll be on a panel in Austin, and so they had a lot of really people. I had no clue who they were until I got there, and then I was like, oh, that's who they are.
Uh-huh.
You know, like not because when I saw them, and no offense, but some of them I saw them and I was like, oh, yeah, I never would have known that was you because they were.
Who came up talking to you at lunch?
Well, a couple people, because. What?
Well, I know the answer to this story, and I don't know that I would, I feel like I would have mentioned them right off the bat, but
Well,
please go ahead.
Which one?
See, that's what I'm telling you.
Yeah, no. So there was a nice lady there. Her name's Terry, I think, in real life, and she lives in Santa Fe, and she, I think, was on Star Trek, and she was had long hair, like reddish hair, but not her hair's really not that color. And then there was a guy sitting next to me. She came and sat with us, and there was a guy sitting next to me, and his name, I thought they kept saying Roger, but it was Walter. And bless him, he's pretty old, and he was talking to me about his wife dying, and he was really, really sad. And he was the doctor on the original Star Treks. So whoever his real name's Walter something.
Walter Coing.
Okay.
Yeah, so it was really sad, but he definitely didn't look like...
He was on Star Trek
Star
and
Trek.
Babylon 5.
Yeah, and then the one that was... Well, I know him primarily from that show, Not Legal Eagles.
Boston Legal?
Boston
Is
Legal.
what he was on?
Yeah, he was on there
he's
with...
not
let me
as well known for that one.
Well, he
No.
was to me. He's on there with... what's
Hold
his
on.
name?
I would
from-
love. Well, hold on a
Black
second. I
Mirror.
would love for anybody in the comments to try and guess who she's talking about right now.
Okay, so he was on the show... What's it name? Boston Legal,
Boston Legal.
which is a great show if you've never watched it. It's so funny. And he was on there with James Spader.
James Spader.
Who's also he was
Blacklist.
not at this, but Blacklist, which you're watching right
Yeah.
now. So he talked to me for I guess maybe 15 minutes, or it seemed like an hour, but it was, again, not trying to be rude, but get some food and sit down. So they had good food back there.
She was in the green room she was in the green room meeting these people, not
see.
just out.
Yeah.
And she's like, oh yeah, I was sitting there and I was talking to this guy. I think his name was Bill or something.
Oh, he's pretty obvious, I think, who he is. But I knew him from, I watched a little bit of Star Trek when I was younger.
Yeah.
Because
William Shatner, everybody. That's who,
Yeah.
who we're talking about here.
It's William Shatner.
Captain
yeah.
Kirk,
Yeah.
Captain Crunch.
not Captain Crunch.
No, Captain Kirk.
I'm kidding. So there were people there, and I had called Rose Red Sally Robinson. See, I can't even get my friends' names right. So how would I get all these people's names right? And she said she puts on Comic Cons, and she in San Francisco, California, everywhere, right?
Mm-hmm.
And she's like knowledgeable, and she's like, "Oh no, this is good. You're gonna have a great time."
Yeah, I was looking at the guest list is like 4 pages long with with all these different people there. A lot of really cool, interesting people that were there. Sounds neat.
Yeah, and so the paranormal part is they had one like maybe cryptid thing. I think they should expand the paranormal part because Dave Schrader spoke, and he spoke like 3 times, and each time his room was packed with people. I mean, I'm talking not little rooms. I'm talking long rooms of rows, maybe 20 people, and long, long, long rooms. So I would encourage them to have more of the paranormal there because people seemed to be quite interested in that. So, and knew him from his movies and stuff like that, or TV movies, right?
Yep. Yep.
So lots of fans there too. Then they had these. I didn't know this was a thing, y'all. So no offense to these people, but
The
cosplay. So you can like dress up, and now you're famous for dressing up.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Big time.
So Rose told me dress up like Barbie, and I said, "Oh, I can be the old Barbie." And so, because the things come back out, but now it was too daggum cold. You need to dress up in the Chewbacca outfit or something. Somebody
warm.
just to stay warm. Who else was there, Roger?
Well, you had the Goonie people there. There was people from the Goonies.
Oh, we don't want to tell that story.
You don't want to talk about him?
He's
I'm
a
guessing
little
not,
different. Yeah. So
There's wrestlers there. Kevin Nash, and I saw that they had a whole page.
I saw
of
that.
different
Yeah, Kevin Nash
wrestlers.
is
Kevin
huge.
Nash,
I would have loved to meet Kevin Nash.
Lex
He's
Luger,
a
Arn
cool dude.
Anderson.
Arn Anderson also.
Arn
cool.
Anderson was there. Kevin Nash, Lex Luger,
Brian This is
Brock
not a wrestler.
Anderson.
Oh, and
Mick
the
Foley.
voice of Elmo
Mick
was
Foley.
Mick
there.
Foley would have been awesome.
Are we talking about wrestlers?
Yeah.
still? Oh, yeah.
We need to call Matthew McConaughey and see.
I was gonna say they sent the wrong person to this. I don't know that you
I know.
appreciated all the people that were there. That you
I
got to
had
hang
a
out.
great time. No, I had a wonderful time once I kind of laid eyes on the people and saw who they were.
Yeah.
Some of them. There was, and the people who ran it were really nice too. I got to know a couple of them a little bit, but I don't know. They didn't have like any of the wrestlers, but they're all dead. All the Von Erichs, aren't they?
I think there's one still living, but yes.
Well, they should have the one still living Von Erich there, in my opinion. But I met Elmo. I met Kermit. The voiceover thing's a big deal.
Yeah, there was a lot. I saw in there. There's a bunch of There's a lady that does the voice for Belle,
And so Gates McFadden, that person, I met her. And Emma, was it Emma? No. Tina, is there Tina somebody? She's on Star Trek too. But one thing I noticed is
Zach from Saved from the Bell was there.
Oh, Mark
Saved by
Paul
the Bell.
Gosselaar.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he was on there.
And that guy from Game of Thrones was there.
There's
What's
a
his
lot
name?
of guys in Game of Thrones.
Well, start naming some because I can't
Just go
remember
through
his
the
name.
list.
Do you
Start
remember what
naming
character that he played, or do you...
The one with the big old beard.
Okay. I'm not sure that I could narrow it down.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll be here all night long trying to figure out who this.
That sounds cool. What
Yeah.
did you speak or anything while you were there,
No,
or just come hang out?
No, I did not. But I might be little bitty, maybe chance be speaking in Austin, and anything that can get me. Oh, so I said, yeah, on this page, Dave Schrader was there. But the paranormal was not like super a bunch of people. So I think that they need to have more of that. So in Austin, it would be
in-depth.
paranormal, being on a panel.
Well, that's
But I'm
interesting.
definitely not a celebrity in their eyes. So somebody asked me in the elevator. Well, I got asked a lot. Are you an actor? I was like, no, I'm nobody.
You should have just said yes.
I know. I don't know
I'm
why
a-
you didn't say yes.
I'm a
Start
green
signing autographs.
room hanger outer. Not even to meet people. It was just that it was warmer in there. Note to everyone, if you go to one of these, you wear warm clothes because even if it's hot outside, because it was cold. So yeah, it was great, and they had all kinds of fun stuff. Aren't I a good advertisement for them?
Yeah, no, it sounds awesome.
No, but I really do think that they should have more of the, paranormal, that kind of stuff but we have that at Tide, so you can get your fix for all that at
Yeah.
Tide, right?
Yep.
And you said there's something coming up in Austin that you might.
This same thing,
Yeah.
GalaxyCon,
When is that supposed to be? Do you know?
November, I believe.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
November. I thought it was September.
Then it's September.
Let's hope it's not when we're supposed to be in Portland.
It's not.
Okay. All right.
No, it's not. It's not. So, but yeah, I do like Star Trek for about 5 minutes, right?
Yes.
Yeah. And then I'm like,
Over it.
yeah. But people love it. So what
So that
happened?
sounds pretty cool.
So
the
Dallas
robot?
was still here. Did it get
Yeah.
another? Every time I go somewhere, it gets a thunderstorm or something.
Of
Did it get
course
one?
we got one, but it wasn't
Yeah.
that bad.
Yeah,
It was
no,
just
it wasn't
during Friday. Yeah.
Yeah. But most of
wasn't
those
too
people
bad.
were really nice. There were some creepies, but other than that, my daughter always is it like Bill Day on Tuesdays? Or bills due on Tuesday?
It
Like
depends.
rent?
Well, usually
No.
it's first of the month or something
Because
like
my
that.
daughter calls me every time during the show. So I'm figuring it's rent or
She
something.
called me yesterday because she wanted to buy a desk and store it in our garage for the next 3 or 4 months.
That's probably what she's calling about.
And I was like, yeah, no.
Yeah, and she's probably going for the let's go to mom now.
Yeah.
See if we can get a yes on that.
Well, she's going to have to wait about 45 minutes until we're done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I told her she could
So-
store it at the warehouse, but not in the garage or at the house.
So I'm behind here. So it says only, let's see, Mary said only Kevin is live now. He tries to stay out of the limelight
Yeah,
now.
Kevin Von Erich is.
I
is
loved
someone.
them all, but that was over at my grandmother's. We always watched the Von Erichs. And it's always
Actually,
fun.
ran across the sister a few years ago.
There's a sister.
There's a sister. Yep.
Did she do wrestling?
Nope.
Good for her. Yeah, it'd be.
Nope, she did not.
My grandparents loved it.
There is a Lacey that was wrestling. I think she may be a daughter of someone, most likely Kevin. So I think,
Yeah.
they're
I
still
hope
around
so.
in a way, but
Yeah.
the main ones are all gone.
Sad. All right. So it is the end of the month, and y'all know what that means, right?
Live
So
readings.
everybody know? Live readings. So I know that we had Carla post somewhere that she wanted a live reading, and I'm so glad you're on tonight, Carla.
I believe that was on Facebook. And if you are watching right now, head over. There should be a link if you're watching on Facebook to head over to the SoulTopia YouTube channel. That's where we're watching tonight for comments. So please head over there. Leave a comment if you want to have a reading. If you've already left a comment on the Facebook page, go over to YouTube and leave it there as well, because that's what we'll be monitoring tonight. Again, that's just look up SoulTopia on YouTube. You'll find us live. And again, there should be a link in the comments on Facebook to get you there. So start leaving comments if you want a reading.
Let's say somebody's already, then we already have some suggestions or request, I guess is the better word. Do we want to start with Carla or wait till she posts on?
Oh, it's
Yeah,
okay. I
she
saw-
posted it in the page,
Okay,
right?
let's
saw
go
her
ahead and go with Carla. Okay, so to start with tonight, I'm reading with Chris Ann Donnelly's, or Chris Ann's, The Light Seers Tarot. Y'all know I love it. Everybody see that? And she will be a keynote speaker at Newt's in Portland. That is at the end of September, beginning of October.
Yeah.
So, hi Barrett, how are you doing? Yeah, Mr. Shatner was nice.
Apparently not that memorable.
I mean, he's just a person. So I was trying to think who would do it for me. I don't know. Probably one of the Supreme Court justices.
I don't know that they're going to many Galaxy
Yeah, I'm
cons.
pretty sure
not
they-
sure
I
that
know,
they-
I know. Let me go sit with them and eat my turkey sandwich. No, it was ham, but
Yeah, I'm pretty sure
okay.
not the ones now.
All right. So we're starting with Carla, and she didn't say specific. This is general. So Carla, and we're doing one card. Okay, Carla. Okay, so I got the Eight of Wands. I'll show it to you for those listening. This is a card that has just basically 8 wands, or like sticks with little blooms on them, just kind of shooting up in the air. Now, Chris-Ann Donnelly has them where they're kind of coming together in a point. And to me, she makes it be more focused energy. Some people will think of this as a swift movement card, or even a flight card, because so many of the cards have to do with travel by sea, because there weren't airplanes when they were created. So they'll think of this Eight of Wands as a flight card. It was one of my hardest cards to learn. It took me forever because I was like, oh, what do you do with this? But the way Chris-Ann drew it on here, to me, it feels like focused energy. And it feels like that's what you need right now. Don't be pulled in different directions. Don't let silly things pull you around. Don't let social media pull you around. Don't let the news pull you around. Your energy, Carla, needs to be focused, and focused strongly on that which you want to accomplish. So whatever your intention is, whatever you want to see results in whatever area, and I want you to be very specific with that intention and focus all your attention, bring all 8 wands, all of that intensity into the thing that you're working on.
Very cool. All right, so actually I pulled one from each one of my decks. One,
He's
I got.
cheating.
Well, I know, but I was doing it before you did it, because you'll start doing it in a minute.
Okay.
I got the 4 cups, but I also got the Men in Black, kind of a little bit of mysterious type look to it. But what I get from this, Carla, on these two is you're kind of holding back. You're kind of acting a little bit reserved. Right now, just your overall attitude feels like you're just being a little bit more reserved than normal and kind of holding back. But what you need to be doing is actually kind of just living it up, taking advantage of every situation that you can, and stop kind of hiding in the shadows and start moving yourself out there and getting more involved with places and people and things all around. So get out, do more.
Okay.
Cool. All right. And over on the YouTube page, again, SoulTopia on YouTube, we have Kelly, who asked for a general reading.
Okay. Hi, Kelly. I will start, and thanks for letting us read for you. So I got another wand card, and this one is, I also just love how Chris-Ann drew this one, because most of the people in the Rider-Waite-Smith, when they draw it, they will have the figure standing in front of the issues, in front of the wands, and then holding the 8 wands, and then holding the 9th wand. She has the figure standing behind, almost like a fence, and then holding her own wand. So she's built a barrier up in front of her, and that's what I get for you. You have put your defenses up are strong, your boundaries are strong, your protection is strong, yet she's cutting her eyes like, I'm still watching. So she's still, who were the watchers, like centurions? Was that what they're called back in the day? What are they called? The people who watch the town, not the town criers, but the
Like a guard, you mean?
yeah,
or-
but it was a fancy word. But whatever. It's like that. You're going to stand guard, even though you have some boundaries up. Somebody could just jump right over this fence, right? See, if you're watching live, they could just jump right over the fence. I mean, it's not like the barriers or boundaries you put up are too high. They're just there to slow somebody down or slow energy down. So you still need to be on watch. And the eyes are being cut to the future, not to the past. So you're thinking about the future and looking for protection for the future. And I think that's smart for you right now. I wouldn't worry so much about trying to get the wall higher and higher and higher. I like that you don't have it too high, because then you're just walling yourself off from life. But I do think it's smart that you're looking towards, okay, I'm still got an eye on you. It might be something from the present or the past, but you're saying, I'm not going to let you mess up my future like you have in the past. Or it seems repetitive. I'm not going to let this type of situation or this type of person repeat itself in my life again. So it's almost like you're telling yourself that as much as you're telling the people that might come into your life. So you're going to change your ways a little bit of who you let into your life is what I'm getting.
Okay. All right. So it's the tall whites. Okay. Miss Kelly, right? Kelly, just first of all, follow this. All right. Tall whites. It says uncertainty, distrust, and guarded. But then my other card was actually the devil card. So what I get right now for you is that maybe there's a situation coming up and you need to be on your best paying attention to, okay?
On your best paying attention to?
Yeah, you want to
Okay.
best paying attention to. Yes.
Okay.
You want to be, because whatever the situation is coming up, you don't want to be taken advantage of. So you need to stand guard a little bit of it, because it's actually feels like it's something that's coming at you that could very easily take advantage of your good heart and maybe take advantage of you monetarily even. So you want to really be paying attention to everything going around.
Okay. So sleep with one eye open.
Yeah. Lock the doors.
All right.
All right. For our next one, again, this is coming from the SoulTopia YouTube page. Go over there, watch there, leave a comment there if you'd like a reading. This is Leslie asking for a general reading.
Okay. Hi, Leslie. All right. You want to go first?
No, go
this
ahead.
time?
Oh, you want me to go 1st Okay. All right, Leslie. Let's see what we got. All right, so got pentagrams, harmony, protection, idealism, and I got the Knight of Swords. And what I think is with this, what's coming up, what's crazy is this kind of looks. When I looked at this first, it's got looks like little spots on it, looks like bullet holes, and so like a target, almost like a target being shot at. And so I think it's for you is you're going to be spending a little bit of time throwing up the walls of protection. Okay, I think it's time for you to actually start doing that and putting some walls of protection up. And you need to do that sooner than later. Okay, I'm not sure what you have going on around you, but it's definitely a good time to get some protection, kind of protecting yourself from whatever's happening. And yeah, that's what I got.
Okay. So for you, Leslie, I got the Empress. And it's always interesting when you draw the Empress with Chris and Donnelly draw her rendition of the card, because that's her rendition of the card. She has blue angel wings. She has a pregnant belly with the world in it. And there's so much to see in this card. But if you look, gold and blue really jumps out. So the throat chakra and the solar plexus, to me, blue and yellow, really jump out of this card. So to me, it's what's the obvious thing in the card is the world right there, as though the Empress is the archetype of the mother. It can be the archetype of, are we mothering some people? What I'm getting is maybe you're repeating some patterns of mothering some people that it's time for them to do that role themselves a little bit more. And so I drew a crystal card, and it's purple, so it's charoite, and that's a very high ascension card. But it's also a card of knowing when to pull back and using discernment and intuition to know when, look, you've done enough, and somebody else needs to step in and do that role. So there's a place, it seems like, where you're nurturing and you're playing mom almost, where maybe you're not doing someone a favor by doing that, even though you think you are. And so you might want to consider taking a step back from always playing that mom role when maybe somebody else should be playing that role, that nurturing role. Of course, you'll still be nurturing, but maybe you need to step back just a little bit from that. The throat comes in with the things you're saying, and then the solar plexus comes in because it really does feed your soul. It makes you feel very important and needed, but really there's some things that I invite you to think about whether or not that maybe you're enabling somebody and that maybe you should step back. Okay.
Very good.
All right. Moving on to our next one. Again, on the SoulTopia YouTube page, we have Gretchen, who says, would love a reading. I assume a
Hi,
general
Gretchen.
reading.
Okay. I'll go. So I got the High Priestess, Gretchen, and I'm also going to draw a crystal card to go with it. All right. So I have to always show Chris Ann's cards because they're so beautiful. So the High Priestess, basically, because I do stellar gateway healing, she literally has, going up from her crown chakra, the gateway into your other chakras, your higher chakras. And what's carried up there is a lot of karmic residue. It's where we have our karma, our karmic contracts. And the High Priestess has her eyes closed. She's meditating. She has access, as we know, to esoteric secrets. A lot of people think, oh, they want to be the High Priestess because that makes them so much more psychic and all those things. Well, the High Priestess really is very quiet. She goes internally for her information. She doesn't go externally like the magician. She goes internally. And so I am getting that it's a time for you to clear out some karma that doesn't serve you anymore from that, what I call the stellar gateway that leads up to the higher chakras. It's a time for you to almost power down to the world and power up to connecting with your higher self and source and all that is, and really just power down to everything else. It's almost as if you're around every situation and you are nonplussed by anything anybody says. Somebody could come around with gossip and you're just going to walk away. You're not going to get involved in any of that. None of the junk none of the stuff that usually might keep life in a little bit interesting. You're not going to be interested at all in getting involved in that. You just have a higher purpose right now. And the howlite is very porous. That's why they dye a lot of howlite. My people who take my crystal classes, a lot of them are on here. Leslie, Carla, Mary, if she's still on, Leah, I think you've taken them. They used to dye howlite with tidy bowl, which is blue, to dye it to look like turquoise. And so it's very porous. It takes in everything. What you want to do when you're in High Priestess mode is you don't want to do that. You don't really need to be receiving, letting other people influence you. You want your inward and your connection with your higher self and source to be what is affecting you. So really, I would be like not picking up howlite. I would not be a sponge absorbing everything from the outside. I would really be blocking all that and just going inward and upward to your higher self at this time.
Very cool, very cool.
It was long, sorry.
That's all right. I'll keep it short. Got the alchemy card. Alchemy is Philosopher's Stone, and I got the Nine of Pentacles. What I get from these for you, I believe it was Gretchen, is right now you've been kind of setting back a little bit and, kind of thinking about contemplating maybe your next move, what you should be doing. But, it really doesn't matter what you're going to do next, because whatever it is going to be very successful, because right now you're in a great alignment of being able to put your positive energy, positive spin, and just great energy into whatever you're getting ready to do that's going to come out really good for you, really positive. So whatever it is you're thinking about, just do it. Stop thinking about it and just start doing it. Get out there and do it.
Cool. And I just want to say, Leslie said, dude, Roger, how I'm really sorry on Red Alert totally goes hand in hand with Michelle. I drew the line in the sand at work today saying I was done being mama. So, yeah, it's
Very cool. All right, going back to the comment section again. If you're watching on YouTube, leave a comment asking for a reading. You can either say general, or if you have a more specific question, you could comment that as well. I know a lot of you are watching, so please go ahead. We have Barrett asking for a general reading.
Okay. Okay. Okay, so Barrett, I got the Page of Swords. Again, I'm reading from Chris Ann's deck. And what I get with the Page of Swords is this figure has just total free abandon. It's like this Page of Wands. If this page was supposed to be doing any work, like assisting anyone or going and delivering a message or whatever pages typically would do, this page is having fun on the way. Because look, just throwing up, it's like a baton. Did y'all have like, what were they called? Majorettes in high school? They'd throw the batons and, mine would probably been hitting somebody in the head and probably knocked a football player out or something, whatever. But but this one's just like, this page is just having fun in the work that they're doing. And so just pure joy, and it's also just in pure energy. She just, he, this is for you, as this page is throwing the wand up in the air, it's really just, I'm probably twirling around a few times and then catching it. It's just spreading that energy. The energy's just flowing everywhere, but it's happy energy. Again, I see a lot of yellow, a lot of self-confidence, a lot of solar plexus energy. And then I got the rainforest jasper. As we know, jaspers are about nurturing, and agates in general are about protection. So rainforest jasper, what drew me to the card, I wrote quite a few things, but it says it awakens joy in simplicity. So I think the rainforest jasper, which is kind of a golden, and then the Page of Wands is saying just to have fun. In fact, it's just in the most simple things. Just don't even care what anybody's thinking. If they're watching and you burst into song and you're twirling around, who cares? Just whatever will lighten the mood and bring you joy, that's what you need to be doing. Yep.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right. So I got this card is actually called the Chitans. It says, these are oracle cards.
I
so they
swear
also
those
have
cards multiply.
resilient, bold, and sassy. And I also got the death card. And what I got with this, because, resilient, bold, and sassy, and the death card, it's actually about time for you to make a couple of changes. So you got some things in life that you are kind of on the fence about. Just do it. Make your changes. Get into that attitude, that I got this, I can do this. Get a little bold with it, get a little sassy with it, and just start making these changes, because it's time to make changes and stop being just on the fence.
Okey-dokey.
And make sure you guys, if you're watching on YouTube, make sure you hit that subscribe button. You hit that like button. Give us a thumbs up on there.
And hit that give us $10,000 button.
Yeah. I missed that
kidding.
button. Where was that?
I don't know. I'll post that. You can send that right to me. I'll make sure it gets distributed.
I'll make sure that gets
Properly.
to Matt for y'all. Wink,
Yes, thank
wink.
you.
Okay.
All right, we have Angie, again, commenting on the YouTube page, asking for a general reading.
Okay. Well, Angie, I'll go because it's a really quick reading. Your time right now, if you are not soul searching, then you should be. Okay, clearly there's something going on right now. It's the Hermit card. With Chris Ann's Hermit card, it looks like the person is levitating. All right, and there's just light around. The Hermit card typically is that card in the Rider-Waite-Smith that is the number 9 card, and it's a older person with a beard, which means wisdom, and they're kind of stumped over like the number 9, and they're carrying the wisdom in a lantern. The way she drew it is very interesting. It's just, you're just off by yourself and you're meditating. And it has to do with becoming that guru, becoming that wise one that has information to impart to others. It's not like the Hierophant in that teacher mode. It's more like you're transcending even worldly things. You're becoming very, very spiritual, and those sort of things are really what should be capturing your mind right now. Lapis lazuli was also what I drew, or lapis, and so that is it's a third eye stone. It's good for a lot of other things, but it is clearly for your third eye and for higher ascension. So what I'm getting right now is take some time. I mean, you may not have 40 days and 40 nights or whatever it is to spend and go off and do a pilgrimage somewhere, but even if it's a full day, or even if it's just 30 minutes a day or 5 minutes every day to meditate, make sure you're doing that. And lapis would help.
Very good, very good. So, and keep in mind, we're watching on YouTube for our comments, not on Facebook. But check this out, because you had the hermit card, right? So this is Syrian A, but look how close that looks to like a hermit card.
It does.
Okay, looks like a hermit card kind of. They're just not the dark colors, but it does say about artistic integrity and honesty. But just like what you were talking about, is this a good card to have? I feel like with what, kind of withdrawing a little bit, but it's actually coming back to center for yourself, because you're going to be coming into a time where it's actually a little bit more celebration of your own life, even though it's kind of the celebration card of different things. But I feel like this is a celebration of your own doings, not just celebrations of things around you. Bam.
Yeah.
All right. So that gets us through the questions on YouTube. I did go over and look on the Facebook page in case somebody didn't get a message. We do have a question over there, so I'll go ahead and read it. But in the future, please go over to the YouTube page. We'll stop checking over there during the show, or at least we're going to be checking on the YouTube page first. So if you want to definitely get it read, go over to the YouTube page. Again, there's a link should be the top pinned comment on Facebook to leave a question there. But I'll go ahead and read this here from Anne, who is new. So thank you, Anne, for joining us.
Hi, Anne.
And Anne has a specific question. Do you see a romance with the man Jay, or is he not interested? Jay being an initial, not a name.
Okay. Appreciate that.
Again, Anne, do you see a romance with Jay, or is he not interested? Again, thank you for watching. Please click on over to the YouTube page. Watch us over there, too.
Okay. You gonna go first, or?
Sure.
Okay.
So, I don't know how far this is. I don't think this is actually a really deep romance. I think you feel more for him than he actually feels for you. So I'm not sure that it's really going to go very far, more than maybe a few dates or something like that. I don't think it'll go like a long-term type situation.
Okay. All right. So the way I do this, and I'll do it pretty quickly, but how it was initially, we all tend to put on sort of some mask, even if it's not intentional. At first, when we first meet someone, most people put on their best behavior. So if their best behavior is not great at the beginning, then picture how much it would be like in 7 years, right? So, but at the same time, you're kind of happy if somebody's being their authentic self at the beginning. But so I do one, and this is something we learn in some of my classes. So a lot of my readers know how to do this. But we're going to look at the very beginning, really quickly, how letter J felt about you, what he saw, and what you saw in him. Okay, so we're going to look at. This is his row, the left row. What he saw in you was he saw someone that was enjoyable. He thought you were enjoyable and you were steady. You were safe for him. Okay, that's not bad. And how you felt about him, I think you already know. But I got that you, deep down, you actually knew at the beginning that he might be a bit of a burden to you. Although the way you asked your question made it really obvious that, or is he not interested in me, really? So you made it really obvious that you probably are interested in him. But at the very beginning, I want you to know that you did have some doubts, even when you first met him, that he might be a little bit of high maintenance. Now, where is it now? How does he feel about you now? He's going to run. and I hate to say it that way, it's not about you. It really is about him. He chases after things and he gets distracted. It's like squirrel, but it's like squirrel in life. So he may be interested because he does think you're a steady person and you're a fun person. And are you going to feel about that? It's exactly what Roger said. You're hoping for more, and I'm sorry, but I'm going to tell you that he is going to run. Now, can you change that? If you want to, you can pivot and course correct, but that is what I'm getting. We'll always be honest on here. And I really do hope you'll come back, but I think you knew the answer already, or you wouldn't have been asking it the way you did. So there's somebody better for you.
It's an interesting little spread there.
Yeah, it's a good one. It can go 6 rows down. Like, what mask are you wearing? What are they wearing? And then, what did you think about them? What do they think? I mean, you can do a lot of.
So
things
12
with it.
cards total?
12 cards.
Oh, okay.
I just simplified it because of time. It's a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, and I did get for you too Apache Tear, which also says you might have some sadness over this. No matter how long it's lasted, you might have a little sadness because it is an Apache Tear is a form of obsidian that is more of a nodule type form, and it helps with grief a little bit. So just know that. That's the other reason I knew there might be a little grief with this for you. So sorry.
Well, very cool. Well, that catches us up on the YouTube page. Again, if you're watching and you want to have a reading, leave a comment there. We've got a few minutes left here in the show, so we'll be watching that. Do we have a giveaway that we wanted to do tonight?
We do.
Go ahead and put that out there.
Yeah,
So-
we do have a giveaway.
We're going to give away
Roger's new bracelet.
Soul Grays. This is for the gray aliens, by the way. And it says,
Oh, cool.
yeah, advanced cognitive beings, notorious for their close
Want
contact.
me to read it?
Here you go. You read it. First of all, wait.
channeled it.
Here's we're watching on YouTube to give this bracelet away. And our question for the night was, who was the person that Michelle met over the weekend that she should have started with off the bat versus the one she did start with?
It's a very good question.
Okay, now read what's that bracelet there?
Okay, so what you'll win is a Soul Gray bracelet. Advanced cognitive beings, notorious for their close contact with the human race via abduction. I didn't tell them to put that, did you?
I didn't. I don't remember what I said.
They're curious, they're telepathic, and they're analytical. And this has mystic quartz, gabbro, jasper, better known as merlinite, but that's trademarked by that really rude crystal guy. And then silver sheen obsidian, which is really cool. Not golden sheen, but silver sheen.
At least it didn't say probing on it.
I'm gonna hold it up. It's really pretty. The silver sheen is really pretty. You see that as opposed to gold sheen.
Yeah, those are cool.
And then,
Super cool bracelet.
so do we have
like
a
it.
winner? And I bet y'all proved that.
Yes.
Yes.
Man, I was about to say I proved it wasn't that.
The famous Boston legal star.
Yeah. And that is a good show. Y'all should watch that.
No one's saying
The
it's
reason
not.
I know that show is I've seen the commercial.
Oh no, it's good. I promise. It's good.
But yes,
Is it like
Leslie
Perry Mason
got it
good?
right.
I didn't even like Perry Mason.
Oh, okay.
Oh, and
I saw
so we
there's
have
a
a
new
couple.
Perry Mason. An up-to-date Perry Mason on HBO. I'm gonna watch it.
It's very good actually. I really like that show, the new Perry Mason on HBO.
Oh, really?
It's good. It's much more of a detective noir. So if that's what you're into, which I am into, it's very much that. I like it a lot.
Did
I'm gonna check
Leslie
it out.
win?
Yes,
Yeah,
she
Leslie
won.
won.
for
Leslie,
Bill Shatner.
you are on the way to having the most SoulTopia bracelets. Do you already of anybody ever? I think you. Does she?
Oh,
I'm
more
acting
than
like
you?
I'm acting like
You've
she's.
got quite a few.
I kind of repeat. I don't even know what we need
we
to have
know.
that class where we take pictures and write down what we have. You want to organize that, Leslie, since you've got the most of anybody?
Well, she's got the
do
new
that?
one now.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's a pretty bracelet, the Grace.
And yeah, we got a couple more comments asking for readings. Alexis says, "I'd love to have a relationship card, please." So I guess a relationship reading.
Who says this?
Alexis.
Alexis. All right.
Leslie says she has over 100 bracelets.
Well, Nikki, Mary, are y'all on?
Y'all need to get some catching up.
The competition is on.
How many are there? Do you know off the top of your head how many?
Over 400, maybe 500.
varieties
I mean,
there
some
are?
of some of them have been retired, but yeah,
Yeah, probably,
probably 500. Something.
maybe.
Our best seller's the Matt Stoker.
It better be. It better be. And if you don't have one of those yet, go get one because it's cool. I've got it on right now. I wear it every day.
It's a really nice one. Yeah.
I do like it quite a bit. I like the colors on it.
There's
All
a
right.
new one that's coming out too this month.
Well, there is the Francis is coming out for our.
We're gonna have a
Loving
few
Francis.
limited edition ones, so we're gonna make them, and then what we
Carla
make
says
is
she's
all
going
we
to
have.
count. She has easy access. Okay, so we're reading for Alexis.
Yes, a relationship reading.
Okay.
I assume I interpreted that correctly.
Yeah. Roger, you going?
see
Relationship
here.
card, please.
Oh, so I got reptilian card. I'm not sure I'm gonna work that into a relationship, other than it's predator, survival, tyrannical. But I did get with it is actually the
You are
pinnacle
reptilian,
card.
so
Yeah. Well, maybe that's
Yes.
her energy. Maybe that's her energy.
maybe she's too.
But Pinnacle card is actually, but that is a good one for like fresh things coming about. And since you're asking about relationship, I feel like you're like to a point. It's like, I'm ready to get something fresh in my relationship. I'm ready to, kind of almost like a new beginning. If it's different person, same person, whatever it is, it's just starting over with something fresh and kind of clearing out some of the old cluttery stuff, kind of the old, because reptilians, kind of the old school of things, thought process, things like that, and get something fresh, fresh ideas and starting over with everything.
So I kind of tag team on to what Roger said with the fresh ideas. I got the Page of Swords, and we're talking about pages. We're talking about, kind of the newer beginnings of things. It's not totally developed yet. And swords are talking about our thoughts, our intelligence, the things going on in our mind. How Chris-Anne has depicted this is this figure is walking across almost like a tightrope. It's probably a little plank, but tiny. She's reading a book. She's got her ideas almost like balloons that she's holding on to, and two birds just kind of distracting her. But she's looking at her book. So she's walking the tightrope. And so she's walking a fine line, in my opinion. She's in her head, but her head isn't necessarily in the clouds, but her hair is getting blown back. So to me, the first thing gave me is you're walking a tightrope. And you're in your head a lot. And the ink seems to be floating off these pages. So that says to me that you don't even care anymore what the book's telling you, what reality is telling you. You've already decided what it's telling you because you're just letting the ink float up off the page. And so you're just all the way in your head about it, but your head's in the clouds. And you're walking this tightrope. So that's what I'm getting for the relationship. If you want to, I can't tie it up with a neat little bow. That's what I'm getting. I also got iolite, which is the third eye stone. It is the color of the third eye. It's a purplish blue. This looks more blue on here. And what I think goes most with this is the third eye, as we know, is the seat of inner knowing. It's discernment. And it gives us the truth so we can then speak the truth from our throat chakra. So we really want to know the truth of the matter, our third eye is not so that we can give everybody and go, oh, wow, I'm a great reader, or I can read the fortune. It's really for our own inner knowing so we can discern what's true in our life about us or about other people. And so work with iolite, and that way you're going to know how to get off this tightrope that you're on.
Very good.
All right. And I think we got time for one more. We have, this is a reading for Frida, who has 3 people in her life with serious health issues right now, asking for a reading.
Okay. And so the question is asking how they're doing.
It doesn't specify. This was posted by Carla on her behalf, on Frida's behalf. It just says, if you do a reading for Frida, she has 3 people in her life with serious health issues right now.
Okay, so I'm going to take Carla. I know that you always you're ethical. So I'm going to do 1, 2, 3. Carla, if you're listening, you can listen back to this. I want you to set your intention of the first person, the second person, and the third person. Okay? Carla, because I know you just wrote something. There's a little bit of a delay. For Frida's sake, set your intention of the first person A, first person, second person, third person. Okay, I don't know their names. I'm just going to tell you what I get regarding them. It might not even be physically right now, and I'm not a doctor. Okay, I'm not a doctor. Disclaimer there. Okay, so for person A, I'm getting that they are quite magical. They really can, they need things like, if they're open to it at all, Reiki healing, alternative healing would really, really help them. It will also really help their state of mind, which we know holistically helps our whole body, helps all holistically everything about us. I will go.
I agree with that.
Okay, so for A, you want to read with
No,
with
I'm
me?
just going to tell you if I agree with it or not. I
Okay,
agree with
and
it
on
based off of
B?
what I got.
On B, the person B, I'm going to say that person B is having trouble coordinating doctors or diagnoses, however you say that, coordinating. There's different people telling you got to go over here to get your blood work, over here to get a whatever done, and over here to get this done, and it's hard getting it all coordinated. And they seem to be getting some different answers, so they need some help on just for somebody to manage their case a little bit better because it's getting really frustrating.
Yeah, I would say this one is definitely needs a lot of help. Not only that, but also just their health itself is just not in really great shape and needs people around to kind of help with them overall.
Yeah, so help with that coordination too, because when you don't feel well, that's very difficult when you're getting different answers and you're getting shuffled all over the place. And then on the third person, I would I would say that this is not a bad situation, but the person needs a lot of rest. If they're needing to rest a lot, let them. Whoever the third person is just really, really needs to take that time to rest and not be so hard on themselves if they need to rest. It's the Four of Swords. That's not notoriously a bad card. It's just a card of saying, I need that time to rest.
Yeah, I agree with that for sure, with what I saw here on the cards.
And it may be that the person doesn't really want to rest or they feel like they're being lazy if they do rest. No, they really need to rest. This is in their best interest.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay. Well, that wraps us up for reading tonight.
Awesome.
Well, right on time.
Excellent.
Perfecto. So we
Do we do our 1, 2, 3s really fast
Sure.
or not?
We can do that.
You're welcome, Carla. And so we can do them really quickly. And I'll go first.
Okay.
And I know that they need to be. And so who won the bracelet? Leslie. And she
Leslie
said
did.
she'd give it away. Leslie, you want this one. You don't have it. So this
That's
is
not
yours.
what she said. She said she gives a lot away.
Oh, you give a lot away. Yeah, we're not going to give it. You need this one. And just so y'all know, the Greys, the Reptilians, the Syrians that Roger was mentioning, they are in my book, Spirits Unveiled. So if you don't have it, please pick it up. And if you haven't reviewed it, I would really appreciate it if you would review actually both of my books. It would mean the world to me if you have the time to just even write a short sentence. That would be great. Okay, so number one for the ones this week. It's the Strength card, and I really don't like the Strength card very much because I don't really usually get a lot out of it, but I do out of Chris Ann's because half the face is the lion and half the face is the human, and then there's a lamb down in the bottom. And so to me, it's saying that we can be the strength when we need to be the strength, and we can be and allow ourselves to be taken care of, or we can be both things. And there's an infinity symbol on her arm as a tattoo. In other words, we don't have to be the one always taking care of the lion or the lion taking care of us. We can be both. And I like how she put this on here. And sometimes it's us who needs to look out for maybe even someone more gentle or more innocent than the lion or than us, that we might need the strength and even change our demeanor and change our focus to look out for those that are less than. And I don't know if Leah Curtis is still on, but Leah Curtis is a perfect example of someone who does that. She is an advocate in court for children who can't help themselves. So I'm getting, for the ones this week, that's what we need to do. We need to wear the mask that we need to wear, or the face we need to wear to take care of those who cannot take care of themselves.
Very good. Who's doing number 2s?
Matt.
Okay. For number 2s this week, again, this coming from Oblique Strategies, which is a card deck full of thought prompts and things like that to kind of get your wheels spinning a little bit. This one is interesting, and I had a couple of different readings on it, but I'll tell you the one that I ultimately land on. It says, in total darkness or in a very large room, very quietly. So at first, when I first saw that, I thought, well, that means isolate yourself, meditation, time to think, get into almost like a one of those isolation chambers, right? But what actually hit me when I thought about it a little bit more was a feeling of perhaps being carefulness. You know, you break those things apart. Total darkness, large room, very quietly. To me, that says sneaking. That says being like paying attention to your surroundings, being careful, proceeding with caution, and traversing this very large room in total darkness. So I think looking at the week ahead, it might be a time to slow down, quiet yourself, pay attention to your surroundings, and try to navigate what's in front of you, which may be a difficult situation in front of you. Very quietly, be very cautious, perhaps try not to be seen by whatever you're worried about, and just make it through this week. I think that's kind of what I'm feeling right now.
Very good, very good. All right. Well, I got is Lyran's.
The number 3s.
Okay, for the number 3s. This is the Lyran card. Now, I think this is funny because you got the strength card and you're talking about lions. This guy is strength, courage, bravery, and the guy actually kind of looks like a cat. His face, see his cat face?
Yeah, the lions are cats.
Yeah, so they're cats. See, thought it was kind of
Type
funny.
or cat,
Yeah,
feline-ish.
Feline-ish, yes. So kind of cool. But number 3s, this week, what you need to do is actually, it's a good time to show your bravery, okay? Do something you just wouldn't normally do, okay? If it's out of the normal for you, do it. If you're scared, do it, okay? It's a good time to stretch your boundaries of what you can and can't do, and you might surprise yourself of what you actually can do. That's what I got for number 3s.
Awesome.
Cool.
All right, got anything coming up?
I don't know, do we?
Yeah, this Sunday is the SoulTopia Psychic Fair at all locations and virtual. We have Barrett reading and Christine Gorman reading virtual. We got some new readers, like Barb Chavez is going to be reading in Frisco.
Barb Shop.
Chavez, yep.
You don't even know how to.
I tried to- Barbsy. Barbsy.
Barb, he loves you, but he cannot pronounce your
Yes,
name.
I can. I just like messing with her.
So
But
Barb's reading.
Barb's going to read in Frisco.
Longtime SoulTopia.
Linda Dallas is going to be healing. Pretty cool.
Barb's
Pretty cool.
reading in Frisco?
Yeah, she's going to read in
good to
Frisco
know.
this
Awesome.
this
I like
Sunday.
it.
And then obviously Nellie and Kathy down at Bishop. But we also just hired a new reader, and she's going to be doing the fairs. Plus, she's going to be here on Tuesdays and Sundays. But she not only does readings, but she does palmistry. So we've had a lot of people want us to have a palmistry, somebody reading palmistry, and we do now. So you better hurry up and book her up because, she should stay busy too.
So how do they book?
So you want to go to SoulTopiaPsychicFair.com. It's SoulTopiaPsychicFair.com. And click the location. There's tabs, like there's one for virtual, there's one for Frisco, Carrollton, and Bishop Arts. Just click the tab the store you want to go to, or virtual, and then you'll see the different people reading and healing.
Right?
Click it, book who you want.
Yeah. Is Neil here this time?
Neil is not.
Okay.
They are camping.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
Hope he didn't get shot at.
That's funny because he sent me the pictures of the bullet he was digging out of his truck today.
Did you hear about that?
No.
We have a few seconds. Tell him.
So he was getting in his truck, and all of a sudden a bullet comes through the back window and through the seat that he was sitting in and into the dash.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He sent me pictures of the bullet
Crazy.
today.
A stray, or does you think it was being targeted?
I told him stop messing with married women.
Oh, Roger. Kelly knows better. There's no way.
Kelly would shoot him.
Yeah, Kelly's Mama Kelly shooting him. So
They live out there in the middle of
yeah,
nowhere.
so-
She'd bury him off in the creek.
Yeah. So, yeah. But anyway, sign up early. That helps you know that you're getting the spots you want,
Yeah.
and it also really helps our readers kind of get in the groove for that that day,
Yes.
that sitting. Don't forget those virtual readers, Barrett and
Christine.
Barrett and Christine. They're very good readers. Barrett, I like you, but I adore Christine. Christine and I are good friends, so she's wonderful.
Yep.
And Christine is speaking at Tide, so just give a little plug for Tide really fast, and we'll get off.
Yep. We have got everybody lined up for speaking. We haven't posted them all on the website yet, but we have posted them on the group on Facebook and on Instagram. We did that little with their graphics and all, right?
What about vendors?
And we have a ton of vendors that we're getting out there. And so get excited about the vendors. There's going to be a lot of really cool, very cool stuff that people are bringing to sell for the Psychic Fair. Now, the Psychic Fair part, guys, share that out to everybody because that's totally free and open for 3 days to shop and hang out, get readings, get healings. It's just a lot of fun. And then we also have 3 days. Now, you do have to buy a ticket for that, the 3 days of the presentations from, I mean, these people that are coming to speak are like the people creating card decks and writing the books. So these are like the master classes is what this is. This is actually really learning, stepping it up. Your game, if you want to learn to just better yourself or you want to learn because you're a professional, these are the people you want to learn from. So if you go to theinternationaldivinationevent.com, you can order your tickets there, plus the other information about the event. But if you use the discount code SAVE10, you get a 10% discount. And right now, we're running a special. You get a free Tide t-shirt with your ticket orders.
I
Right
almost
now this month.
wore mine today, but I didn't.
Well, okay.
Yeah. And so we got new readers and we hired a few new people
We did.
to work for us. Do you want to announce we got a social media person again?
We have a social media
Excited
person that
about
will be doing more of our social media. And we have...
Thank goodness, right? Better than Michelle. Boring.
But
So
we'll have some more interactive postings and videos for y'all to watch. And we have another...
her name's Samantha.
Her name's Samantha, and we have Shane that's going to be helping us out with some other little projects.
So Shane Pittman, if y'all watched, what is it?
28
days. Shane Pittman's going to be working with for SoulTopia
He's been
now,
on
so
other
we're
stuff
really
too,
excited.
but yeah,
Yeah.
that was his last project, was 28 days.
Well, now he's starting one with searchers,
Yeah.
and so go follow that on YouTube. They're trying to get a lot of, what's the name of the? I'll tell you later. I can't remember. But searchers is if you do Shane Pittman and searchers and subscribe to that. Same with if you would help everybody know to subscribe to our YouTube channel. That and subscribe, and Matt, anything else that they need to just subscribe, right?
Subscribe. There should be, I believe, a little bell icon that will give you, make sure you're notified whenever something new pops up or go live or anything like that. So, and then just share it. Share this post, share the channel, share any past shows that you think are cool. Just share it with people. And that is a big way to help.
We would really appreciate that. And we've kept Matt over and you guys over tonight. So we really, and that's nothing new. We always keep Matt way over. But, and he's always nice about it. But that's it. That's our show for tonight.
it.
And we will see you, no classes or anything in between now and Sunday. So make sure you sign up for Sunday and get your spots.
That's right.
All right. Thanks. See you guys later.
See you guys. Thanks.
Thanks for listening to SoulWhat, a SoulTopia production. If you're intrigued, searching, or looking to schedule a reading of your very own, visit us in sunny Dallas, Texas, or visit us online at facebook.com/SoulTopia Holistic Boutique. And if you like what you heard, subscribe, rate, and review on your favorite podcasting platform to be the first to hear new episodes every Tuesday at 7:30 Central.